Was fühlt ihr dabei zu sehen, wie Tiere ausgebeutet werden?
Können Sie Englisch?
Yeah. How do you feel about humans exploiting animals?
It's not really my daily base of thinking, but I find kind of sad if I see this stuff.
Do you think animals should be respected?
Of course.
Yeah. But is it possible to respect animals and at the same time consume meat, milk and eggs?
I think so.
In my opinion, yes.
How?
Like, if they have a good life and then they get killed on a quick way, like they don't feel it or something.
So
Euthanasia then maybe.
But is killing respecting?
No.
Yeah. So it doesn't really matter the way they're grown, the way they like the place they live in. In the end, the animal is still seen as a product, as a resource. And the time comes when they are not useful anymore, or they want the flesh, so they get slaughtered.
But don't we die eventually?
Huh?
Don't we die eventually? Everyone has a time to come, including animals.
But we are not like bred into this world to be exploited and finally killed.
I mean, that's true, I guess. But I mean,
yeah, and that is a huge difference here.
Yeah, but I agree with that. Animals, especially like cows or other animals like pigs, I don't know, chickens. We come from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
We in the Netherlands have a lot of those big chicken farms.
Yeah.
If the chickens that are really close to each other, they are of course very bad. But I mean, is there a better alternative than eating meat?
That is the point I wanted to go to, because usually most people say, yeah, of course we should respect animals.
Yeah.
But what do you think respect really means? Because I think respect means that you treat others like you want to be treated yourself. And you don't want to be put into a more better looking farm and used your whole life and finally killed if they don't need you anymore. So it doesn't make sense to breed them in the first place. And the alternative for that, or the solution for this contradiction would be to live vegan.
I mean,
you know what veganism means?
Yeah, of course. There's not eating any type
or any type.
Yeah, so no milk, no milks, eggs.
Do not see animals as products. You do not exploit them, and it doesn't matter for purpose. For example, for food, but also for clothing, also for entertainment purposes, like circuses where they put elephants and just for show use them for profit, for money.
That is what I agree with you.
Yeah. So you are against that?
I am mostly circus, of course, but the thing is, I really am a meat enjoyer, and I understand where you're coming from. Of course, animals should be treated nicely, but I also believe there's like the food chain, you know. How do I say this? I'm not good in English. Like also in the wild, animals kill each other too for food, you know.
Yeah, that happens in the wilds, but we're not living in the wilds. We have morals, and we base our decisions on the morals. So that's an unfair comparison, I would say, because if we apply that rule, I could also kill some humans and say, hey, I'm the stronger one, and in the wilds, the stronger one survives. You understand? It doesn't really count as an argument in this case. And even also the food chain, like, yeah, okay, maybe we put ourselves on the top of the food chain, but only because of the intelligence, because of our weapons and all this.
Yeah.
If you were in the wild, the food chain would look totally different.
Of course.
And if you were the victim, you would have something against it, that someone is killing you.
Of course.
And that is the main thing that needs to change in mentality. That for 1 second we should put ourselves into the perspective of the victim. Because for you it's easy to say, hey, I love meat, I like the taste, so I can do that. But if you put yourself into their position, suddenly it's not like only about the taste, it's also about, hey, I just want to live, I just don't want to be exploited and killed.
No, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you mean, but my biggest problem mostly is nutrition.
Okay.
I mean, I go to the gym a lot.
Okay.
I need my protein, of course.
Okay.
And
me too, by the way.
yeah, of course, you too. I mean, you look pretty jacked. However, the thing is, the vegan protein is very processed and most of the times very bad for you. At least where I come from, I can get the good stuff, except maybe if I pay a lot of money.
But if you would say it is possible to get the right nutrition, would you be vegan then?
I mean, if it would be possible to get like the right amount of amino acids, the right amount of vitamins, who knows? Maybe then.
Yeah, and that is the whole point, because if you understand why it's important to be vegan, why this is an injustice, and like you said in the beginning, animals deserve respect, and if you truly stick to your own words with your actions, if you understand that this is important, you will figure out a way how to get the protein and all the stuff. I'm vegan for 7 years now. Thanks for the compliment, by the way. But I'm like, for example, I'm pushing 140 kilos on the bench, my max, and I wouldn't say I have a lack of protein. And that is the point, because if I want to find it, I will find it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the mentality we need when it comes to justice for the animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
So and also the taste. Do you think I stopped eating meat because suddenly I didn't like the taste anymore?
No, of course not.
Why did I stop?
You find it.
The animals, I think.
Yeah, because I didn't want to be the reason animals are exploited. They never did anything wrong to you. So why do they deserve to be killed for a little bit of taste pleasure for you? And the second reason, I didn't want to be a hypocrite anymore. If I say I want to respect animals, I also want to mean it and show it with my actions.
Yeah.
So isn't that, these two things, enough reason to start doing it now?
I guess you have a point, yeah.
And if you put yourself into the position again of the animal, if you were in a cage right now, how fast would you want this injustice to end?
Immediately, of course.
Yeah, immediately. And that's what it all comes down to, because we can talk a lot about the values, about the words, what means, what is justice and what is not, but it comes down to what are you going to do now? How many animals have to be exploited and killed for you to from now on? 0 or more than 0?
Yeah.
I mean, you had some like resistance, but you in the conversation, but to every single point you agreed. It makes sense what I say, right?
Yeah.
And it's not that vegans starting to judge people because we just want to feel superior. I just want to make sure there are victims here involved who can't even speak for themselves. And if they could speak for themselves, how would they say to you, leave me alone? They would probably scream at you.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm very direct and I ask this question. How many animals from now on? Do you really still want to be the reason animals are exploited and killed? Or do you want to stop and start finding solutions?
Yeah.
What is your answer?
Find a solution.
So vegan now.
Honestly, you want me to be honest? Of course. I gotta be honest, I won't switch immediately to vegan, but I think most people won't immediately. However, you
The backlash said.
Yeah.
So you changed our opinion.
way of thinking.
Yeah.
So
But I don't think that it can be done in like one day.
it can be
I
done
think
immediately. It's a long
And
process.
on a human perspective, I understand, because you have this barrier in front of you, like in your mind. You see, oh, I need to look in all these kind of things right now. But if you make it the small decisions you're making every day, like you're standing in the supermarket, normally you buy the cow's milk. But instead of buying the cow's milk, instead of grabbing this and saying, oh, I like the taste, you think 1 second about the victim, about the calf that is taken away from their mother and killed, about the mother that is like used their whole life as a slave and finally killed. And instead of seeing the taste, you see this. Is it really too much to ask to step to the left and get the soya milk or the oat milk?
I mean, my milk comes from the local farmer.
It doesn't change anything about the exploitation.
I mean, I know in person. I know, yeah, of course, I think I know what you mean. But I know the farmer person. He's a friend of my father. I have seen how he goes.
But they still kill the animals if they're not.
He doesn't.
He does. I'm 100% sure. Because if the animal is not profitable anymore, usually after 5 years, they are not useful anymore for them. So they get finally killed.
Stop.
Yeah. Because otherwise a farm couldn't exist. Because if they always have these cows and they are bred, like they are a torture breed basically. And they have so much pain in their like udders when they give milk after some time that they get sick pretty easily. And if they get sick, they cost money. And if they cost money, it's not profitable.
Yeah.
So even if the farm looks very beautiful, you know them personally, in the end it's still about the money.
Of course.
And that's why I say it. If before you, they're not milk. If the meat, for example, before you grab the meat, see the victim instead of your taste. And if you do that, one by one, every decision, and decide for the victim, and not for the taste or the pleasure, that makes you vegan then instantly. And that's why I think it's important to make a decision. And that's why I'm asking this question so straight away.
Yeah.
So you have a choice either to walk away now as a hypocrite who's violent to animals, or as a vegan.
Yeah.
So if you want to shake my hand on being vegan, do it. If not, I give you the card and...
I'm sorry, I can't. I gotta be honest.
That's what about you?
I think, I will think about this, but
of course,
I live with my parents still. They will cook meat for me. They will laugh at me, I think, if I say I'm vegan.
That doesn't really
I personally think that. Yeah.
But also in this case, who is the real victim here? You, who has to like get up with your parents and explain it, or the animal that has to be like slaughtered?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. I mean, I said everything. In the end, it's up to you. But like I said, either you run away as a violent hypocrite or as a vegan. And watch this documentary, show it to your parents, show it to everyone you know. And if you don't agree with what is happening there, don't only say it that animals deserve respect, show it with your actions. Okay?
I respect you being here, man.
Like I said, I want to shake your hand if you commit.
Okay.
But that's not disrespectful because if I were the animal and you weren't sure if you would shoot me in the head tomorrow, would I shake your hand? No. Would I shake your hand if you say, I leave you alone forever now and I respect you? Yeah. See?
I mean, I get where you're coming from.
Okay.
I gotta say, my respect to you for being there for those who don't have, like you said, a voice to speak up for themselves.
Then don't only say it, show it. I hope as fast as possible. I hope now.